Equestria Girls! Legend of Everfree! Yay! The fourth installment of Equestria Girls has rolled around, and guess who has to review it because of inevitability? Also, you guys keep asking me for it. Yeah, I know it's late, and it's been a while since I've covered anything remotely related to MLP, but I have no excuses. I'm not complaining of anything. I try my best to give you guys what you want, while also staying true to my nature. I will always be an MLP fan and will remain part of the fandom, but I need to be clear. MLP is just another show I like, and I am just as passionate about this show as I am anything else animated. Though this franchise does tend to get more attention because of how involved I am in the MLP fandom. After all, that's how most of you guys probably found this YouTube channel. I know I'm preaching to the choir when I say that this series is a doll line media tie-in, but to me this is a toy line and media tie-in done right. When a show like My Little Pony takes off and appeals to a wider audience than expected because, actual effort was put into it, making it good instead of just being a cartoon to help promote a toy line, you now have a formula you know that works. Equestria Girls does have the advantage of riding the coattails of My Little Pony, however, but now with the fourth installment, the series feels much more independent. In the fourth installment of Equestria Girls, the troupe go to a summer camp called Camp Everfree, the human world counterpart of the Everfree forest from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Now, summer camp isn't exactly a thing here in the UK, but then again, neither is summer, especially in Scotland, because summer lasts all of 20 seconds here, but I'm familiar enough with what it is to get the idea here. But anyway, enough setup. Here are my thoughts on Equestria Girls 4 Legend of Everfree. We open the movie in human Twilight's bedroom, and the rest of the cast knock on her door to tell her she's sleeping through the prologue of the movie. Wake up, Twilight, the movie started without you already. Anyway, Twilight has slept through her alarm to wake her to get ready for going to Camp Everfree, so her friends help her pack. Twilight walks over to her mirror to get changed when suddenly a callback to Equestria games appears. Okay, as far as callbacks go, this series of movies and MLP itself both have a rather nasty habit of blurting out the synopsis of previous movies and episodes as a shortcut to get viewers caught up on what's going on, just in case they were daft enough not to watch the first 3 movies before this one. It was funny the first time they did it, but come on! Never use the same joke twice. Unless it builds. This joke is getting old and needs to die. There are far better ways to sum up things in sequels, and yes, they need to be summed up in each movie in order for things to make sense, because sadly none of these movies are standalone, and neither is this one. To understand a lot of the plot points in this movie, it is ideal that you have already watched the previous installments. Anyway, our characters arrive at Camp Everfree and we are introduced to the campsite's owners, siblings Timber and Gloriosa. Timber is upbeat, perky and approachable. Yeah, I hate him already. Okay, yeah, he has more personality than Flash Sentry did, but then again, a plank of wood has more personality than Flash does. Oh hey, I think that's probably why he was called Timber. because plank of wood... Come on guys, it's a joke! Laugh! Don't make me bring out the Smilex. Yeah, that's right. I made a reference just to get a laugh out of you. Because heaven knows my actual jokes are not all that funny. I know I'm a bad writer. But anyway, enough of this pity party. Even though Timber does serve as a little bit of a red herring in this movie with everything pointed to him as the villain, we're not idiots. Gloriosa is quite clearly the villain of this movie. If you know anything about flowers, it's pretty obvious, since the Gloriosa lily is also known as the creeping lily, and they are dangerously toxic if you eat them. Not to mention the animation with Gloriosa very much conveys her as a character that is just a little bit unhinged. The character animation as a whole in this movie is far more expressive and variant. It doesn't have the action of friendship games, nor does it have the radiance of Rainbow Rocks, but it tries so hard. With Twilight struggling to keep Midnight Sparkle under control, she wakes up one morning to find that she now has telekinetic abilities. Still being sensitive and insecure about magic, considering what happened in friendship games, she begs Sunset Shimmer to keep her powers a secret. After Timber tells a story about Gaia, a magical creature that haunts the Everfree forest, strange things begin to happen in the camp, including the other main 6 inheriting special superhuman abilities. Worried that it is her fault that magic is affecting them and concerned they might get hurt, Twilight conceals her powers from the rest of the group and continues to wrestle with Midnight Sparkle on her own. I found the special powers quite fun. And it kind of reminded me of the MLP episode Power Ponies from season 4. Rainbow Dash has super speed, Applejack has super strength, Fluttershy is David Attenborough now. I mean, she can understand animals. Rarity can cast force fields made of diamonds, Sunset is now telepathic when she touches people, and Pinky is, well, she's Pinky. Except now she can blow things up. She's kind of become a human party cannon. Unlike the episode Power Ponies though, Spike? Yeah, he's hardly used in this movie, and that's a real disappointment. He was more like a talking accessory than a character. Take him out of the movie and nothing much would change. You know what this movie screwed up the most though? The final act. Let's recap. The movie opens with showing that Midnight Sparkle perhaps wasn't truly defeated in the last movie and is instead living inside Twilight Sparkle. With bringing Midnight Twilight back, even if this is just a dream sequence, it gives the movie an unsettling undertone, so we have something left to simmer in our brains while we watch what otherwise would be a straightforward summer camp movie. I'm a sucker for stories about characters struggling with inner demons in both the psychological and literal sense. With this setup, I half expected Midnight Twilight to make an appearance for real, and perhaps be utilised to defeat Gloriosa when she takes on the form of Gaia, while trying to save Camp Everfree from closure. The power consumes her, and for me, that mirrored Twilight's struggle with Midnight. I feel that it would have been interesting if they showed that Twilight got the confidence she needed to overcome her insecurities because of the support from her friends and use Midnight to help defeat Gloriosa. This idea would still uphold the friendship is magic concept while also giving the movie far more threat and tension. Instead, we get a rather cheesy cop-out routine and Midnight doesn't make an appearance at all. True, Twilight still showed she was able to overcome Midnight, but to me, it just seemed far too easy and straightforward and much more gimmicky than the previous movies felt. One thing that does make this movie stand out is the fact we have a love interest and a lot of flirting instead of just awkward, silent stares. I know I said I don't like Timber as a character, but as far as a pairing goes, it's nice to see these two nerds get together, and it was kind of cool to see the main six tease Twilight about it a little. Brings a much more realistic portrayal of teenage crushes. Overall, I feel this wasn't as enjoyable as Friendship Games was, but I guess it is a step in the right direction for the franchise. The movie was a lot of fun, and had some hilarious moments, as well as dramatic ones, that perhaps should have been given more time. For a movie with the word legend in the title, it doesn't fully deliver what it promises, but as a follow-up to the other three, it's okay. It doesn't leave me wanting to watch it again and again like Rainbow Rocks or Friendship Games did, but that's probably because it didn't go where it was implying it was with the whole Midnight Sparkle thing. I would have liked to have seen more of that in the movie, but then again, I'm just putting that down to personal preference. I look forward to what comes next with this franchise, but at the same time, MLP is still much more interesting to me and delivers what it promises. Yeah, more or less. I'm Mad Munchkin. Stay creative. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video, and before you go, don't forget to click that like button and check out some of my other content too. And hey, if you really like what you saw and want to see more, go ahead and click subscribe. Don't forget you can also show your support by following the official Mad Munchkin Facebook page for convention announcements, as well as links to my 2 online shops where you can purchase some of my artwork. Also keep an eye out on the DeviantArt page for announcements on when I am open for commissioned work. Don't forget you can also show your support by becoming a patron on my Patreon page, where you can win exclusive rewards like badges, stickers, discounts on commissions, and limited edition personally signed prints, as well as giving me ideas for what to cover in future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again soon.